Hey, this your girl, Michelle Diva. I am bringing you another episode of The Real Housewives of Miami, Season 7, Episode 6, Major Red Flags. If you are new here, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. We do TV movie reviews here, okay? Okay. And if you are returning, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, now, give me a thumbs up, like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel, and we will begin. Okay. All right, so they arrive at the goddess party 2 hours late, of course, because of Lisa. Alexia waiting on them with her Instagram therapist. They call him a self-help expert. Instagram therapist. That's what he is. Okay. So Alexia all turned on, not Alexia, Adriana is all turned on by this this IG therapist, okay, Daniel. Yeah, she all turned on by him and things like that. I was just like, okay. Adriana, you too old, honey. You too old. Stop looking at these men, Adriana. Stop looking at these men. So she was just like, well, if I ain't have Frenchie, I would be down under, because he from Australia. So that was her little comment. It was all right. It was all right. Some of it could be. Boo. Okay. But she said, yeah, you could catch me down under. Anyway, so they go into the garden. The garden is beautiful. They got things written on the mirrors about narcissists. Okay. What I need is this is another boo. What I needed for the people who was writing on the mirrors to have hooked on phonics. I don't remember hooked on phonics where they spelled accused like that. Okay, they spelled accused with double S's. Okay, where they do that at? Where they do that at? Okay. You stupid. Okay. Yeah. I needed for them to have hooked on phonics. Okay. Anyway, Marisol said, "Where the bar at? I'm just trying to get drunk." Okay. You know her and yeah, she trying to get drunk. But nobody compliments on her about her drinking, huh? Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Lisa taking pictures like 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 she don't have no narcissistic behavior. She taking pictures like this the selfie garden instead of the holistic garden or whatever. Yeah, so she taking pictures. Guerdy and Larsa reading all these little things on. Nobody picked up that y'all spelled the Q's wrong. Adriana tells Steph, this is a garden for Todd, and this how Todd treated Alexia. Alexia said it's not about Todd. We are all narcissists. Okay. And so they showed this beautiful being footage that Andy called everybody on the reunion stage narcissist. I guess that's including him. Okay. Anyway, so Steph was like, "Well, I'm a bit of a narcissist." She was like, "But we supposed to have a party for it?" She was like, "What we celebrating?" Good answer. That's a good question, Stephanie. What are we celebrating? But Alexia had to have some kind of event. So Kiki said, Lisa, you need to be, instead of taking all these pictures, you need to be reading these little signs. That's what you need to be doing. um, Lisa and Steph make up, and so Lisa was like, because how she went off on me, I would never be late to any more events. Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? You lying. Okay, moving on. Larsa and Kiki and Julia and Guerdy are sitting on the bench. So Kiki asked Larsa, when are you and Lisa going to make up? So then Julia brought this up. She said, yeah, me and Guerdy sat down with that no one's there, and so we had dinner, we talked, and so Guerdy was like, yeah, I would have liked that dinner before Marisol's wedding. She said, but you had to do it in your own time. Guerdy, I love how you want to get your point across, and these ladies can't take you because you talk too fast and you are louder than them. I'm not going to say that you're loud, because you're not loud. You're just louder than them. And you talk too fast, so everybody's listening to you and nobody's listening to anybody else because they talk slower than you. You just, you a Haitian. and yeah, so you talk faster. Okay? I need for you to calm that down a little bit, okay? I'm not trying to tell you not to be you. I'm just saying you need to calm that down a little bit, okay? So the people can talk who talk slower, okay? And, they talk slower than you, okay? So, but she was just like, she just had to do it in her own time. That was the process for her. But I would have liked it before Marisol's wedding and things like that. And so she was like, because that was her beef with me. It wasn't my beef with her. It was beef with me. And then Julia was like, there was no beef. That was feeling. Okay. And then she was like, well, it was your way of handling it. And so Julia in the confessional, she said, Guerdy keeps talking about it. She said, I thought we were moving forward. Well, Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea, fourth of all, you brought it up. Okay, you brought it up. So Guerdy was saying because you brought it up, she was just continuing the conversation. However, she did cut you off and all that other stuff. So I understand that Guerdy should have let you talk. Okay, but you did bring it up, baby girl. You did bring it up. So So then they sit down to play games because there is no event, housewife event, without games. Okay, there is no event without a housewives game. So they sit down to play games. So it's a red flag game. Okay, they're going to put the red flags into the little cup with the person's name on it, who they think represents that whatever question that they have. All right, so the first question was, who talks about themselves the most? All right. So I'm not going over, but a lot of people, I don't think Lisa won by a whole lot because a lot of people put themselves, like I think Guerdy put herself, Kiki put herself, I don't know. Yeah. So I think a lot of people put themselves, but Lisa still won. So Lisa was like, well, maybe I'm telling my problems to the wrong people. This is not a goddess party. This is a witch. Yeah, it ain't that deep. Anyway, so Larsa was like, you feel like your problem's bigger than everybody else's. And she said, Lisa was like, well, you blame me for not knowing your problems when you don't tell me. And so she was like, Larsa was like, well, you don't answer the phone. And Lisa was like, you should stop saying lies. And so Larsa was like, so you have a lie detector test? Lisa was like, no, I have receipts. Larsa was like, baby girl, I am a receipt. I know you are. I know you are, okay? I know you are a receipt, baby. Okay. And so Lisa trying to laugh it off. She was like, is that going to be your Halloween costume this year? And so, okay, Larsa got to go to hell. She said, try getting a dress in your size. I said, golly. Okay. She said, try getting a dress in your size. Damn. Okay. All right. Shit. Next question. This is only one question. Quick to take offense. Oh boy. All right. Well, Lisa won that again. Okay. Then the lack of accountability. Lisa won that again. And then they start arguing back and forth. Daniel was like, this is an exercise. This is not about attacking someone. Then Julia, oh God. Julia asked Daniel, if someone said something that hurt you deep in your heart, how can you move forward? And Daniel was like, well, did they apologize? And she was like, partially. Girl, please stop. Shut up, bitch. Golly. Well, who are you talking about? She said Guerdy. And so Guerdy was like, listen. After I was physically assaulted, and Julia face like, she said, I just can't get over that right now to be friends again. But she was like, this took place after I was physically assaulted. Okay. All of this trauma that she said that I caused her. I was physically assaulted first. So all the gloves come off basically. Okay. So then the third question was, who plays the victim? Larsa put Lisa. Lisa put Larsa. Then they arguing about Jody and Marcus. And then Daniel, they going back and forth. Daniel still can't control the room to the point where until Lisa was like, counter flags, I'm done, I'm done, And so, but Lisa won again. Okay. So Lisa was like, I wish some of you had more problems than I have. And then Larsa was like, we do have more problems than you. And Lisa, and then Julia said, Lisa, it's your lack of accountability. And so then Adriana stood up. She was like, this girl lost her father. You gonna have to cut her some slack. Well, we sorry that she lost her father in the time when they are filming a show. But you cannot stop filming a show because she lost her father. And if y'all was going to get on her at that time, during this goddess party, listen, one monkey don't stop no show. So they going to have to get on her. I'm sorry. She going to have to grieve after she, after taping. Okay. But I do feel sorry for her because I still have my parents, so I don't know what it feels like to lose a parent. But you are also on a reality show. Okay, so it's still they gonna handle you with kid gloves, but them kid gloves is gonna be big ass gloves still. Okay? They gonna hand you with big ass kid gloves. They may punch you lightly. Okay? But if you listen, far as I'm concerned, if you are mourning, then you shouldn't be coming back at these people so hard. You should just be like, okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. So you can protect your peace. But if you still keep going back and forth, they have every right to do what they needed to do. You know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You should be like, listen, I'm just trying to protect my peace. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, you should just own it and call it a day. But you still don't own it. You still trying to, fuss at everybody and everything like that. So what are they supposed to be doing? Lisa, honey, you played this all wrong. You should have protected your peace at this time. You should have protected your peace. These people won't come at you. You should have just protected your peace. And talk to your producers and be like, listen, I can't, I'm not in the mind space for it right now. I think they would understand. They probably still give you another season. But if you are not in the mind space, you are not in the mind space. But if you don't protect your peace, then they're not going to protect it. They're not going to protect it. They don't give a shit about your peace, honey. They don't care. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. But anyway, she said she just lost her father. Okay. All right, fine. So, of course, she leaves to the bathroom because, she got to cry, And I do think some of these tears, Lisa cried every fucking episode. Every fucking episode. And that's before her daddy passed. So I'm giving her grace, but after a while, you need to get your life, honey. You need to get your life. Honestly and truly, you need to get your life. Let me get my stuff together. Let's see. I'll be talking so much, my little thing go away. Anyway, so, but she go to the bathroom. And she was just like, does everybody forget that Larsa came after everybody, So they showed this beautiful beam footage of how Larsa said Dr. Nicole slept with every doctor in the hospital. Larsa said Julia was making out with some man when she was married to Martina, and probably some black man because she like big black dick. And Alexia, she told Alexia that some girls were doing drugs at her wedding. She told Guerdy that she told Guerdy's business of how she is fighting. She had breast cancer, and that wasn't her business to tell. So, but Larsa, when she come out the bathroom, Guerdy was like, "Come here, Larsa and Lisa." So she puts them in a little room or this little couch. So Guerdy is sitting on the other side. She just trying to be a monitor. Adriana was like, I'm going to let them talk for themselves. But they start to talk. Guerdy keep interrupting. So they decide to talk one-on-one without any interruptions. Okay. Anyway, so Julia has a visit with the social worker. The social worker said, you have any male role models since you and Martina are not males? Do you have any male role models that the boys will have in their life? She said, well, my brother, I talk to him 2-3 times a week. We FaceTime and everything. So So your brother's the only male role model. You ain't got nobody in Miami that could. And you need to get a black male role model. Since you like black male dick, you need to get a black male role model. Okay, that's what you need to do. So, she said, Julia said we had company and the boys froze. They felt like they were going to be taken away. And so she was like, so I don't really have too much company coming over. And I mean, I get it, because, they traumatized and things like that. So Kanye was like, well, you're a nurturer and, they need all of that, And I just truly wish that the social worker was a black person, black male, black female. I said, because they really and truly need to handle, they need to know some of this black culture for raising black boys. Okay? Because black boys, because this is a racist society and black boys get it the worst. Okay, so I need for them to realize that, because I have a black son and every time he leaves this house, I worry about him. I worry about him getting stopped. I worry about people trying to get to him. I worry about everything. So I need for them to realize that they raising a black boy, and that is the number one public enemy in America. Okay? The number one public enemy in this racist society is the black man. And that you raising two black men. And I need for y'all to get it together and to realize that. Anyway, this shit is getting too long. Anyway, so Steph and Masood, I don't know what the man name is, her husband, having dinner with her parents. Masood is 65. Her dad is 67. Alberto. Okay? Alberto is 67. They kind of look alike too. But Alberto is 67 and Masood is 65. And they, when they first met, dad wasn't too happy about the daughter marrying a guy his age. But now they cool because they the same age back. They was in high school together. Shit. They cool now. They two peas in a pod. Yeah, I believe that. Nah, I believe that. They the same age. Yeah. Yeah, anyway. So, Steph's mom is named Nellie as well. So, and we also find, they're going to celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary this year. Well, it's probably last year. And so we also find out that Stephanie's real name is Tatika. So for the rest of the episode, her name is Tatika. So Tatika, I like it because it's kind of ghetto. Tatika, hey Tatika, girl, come here. Okay. Tatika said she was raised by her family. By her father, so never to cry, get up and get it, move forward, get again, And so that's why she is not sensitive. But her twin sisters are sensitive. And so that's the problem. They have a problem. They have a problem with Tatika. And they have a problem with the parents. Alberto said, I can't even talk to them. It's like they're on a different planet. And so Nellie was like, please stop because you're going to make me cry. I was like, come on, Nellie. So Tatika said that also, she said when they signed as Shoma, it's never been the same. So, but but she vows to, that they're all gonna be family one day, and the dad starts to cry, and I thought that was so touching. So, speaking of touching, Guerdy and Russell go to couples therapy. They've been together since the 10th grade. Russell said, we met in the 10th grade, and he said, and she fell in love with me. I know that's right. I know that's right. Russell was very handsome in that 10th grade picture. I said, "Oh, I would have fell in love with him too, Gertie." But now they have how many years later they have two sons, but then she got cancer. Gertie said, one time she said I said I didn't want to do chemo anymore, and if this is my time to go, it's my time to go. And Russell was like, no, She said, cause you can't do this to me and the boys. He was like, cause the boys need you and I need you. And so Gertie never brought it up again. And so and Russell was like, when you see somebody shut down, and so, but Gertie was like, I just need him to be a little more emotional and not treat me like a patient. And so Russell was like, well, I turned off that first responder because he is a fireman. So he is a first responder. He said, and I'm not traumatized. He said, I am amazed and so proud of my wife, how you handling stuff. And so she tear up. She was like, I ain't never heard you talk about it like this. And so that was good. So then the therapist was like, well, maybe you should consider individual therapy too. And so Russell was like, yeah, I've been trying to get her into therapy as well. She was like, because of her childhood trauma. And so apparently Gertie was like, I was one of 9 kids. Her father came to the United States with her and her brother, leaving all the rest of the siblings at the house, in France. Apparently they from France. And so he left them over to a cousin's house. He didn't come back until like 3 months later. And so she was just like, so I get triggered when I'm excluded from some things. And so she just actually realized a light bulb came on. Like, maybe, that's the childhood trauma, because apparently she started talking about the cruise that her and Julia was on. And so she was like, maybe I do need therapy. She was like, to, deal with this childhood trauma. So then Lisa, so that was the end. So Lisa and Larsa meet up. Oh, Larsa said, I've never been thrown out. And Lisa was like, I've never thrown a person out. But I've never been cussed at my own house. That was at Jody's party, like the first episode. Larsa said, yes, you have. She said, but I was hurt when I came back from the Milan, because Jody said that I sent the paparazzi to take this picture of Marcus doing, a line or something. And so Lisa was like, the paparazzi told us that. And she was like, Larsa was like, you full of shit. Then Larsa just was like, I'm your only friend. These ladies ain't even your friend. I have your back. And okay, so Larsa just went the hell off on her. She said, that's why you got all the red flags. You have a problem with the truth. So then Lisa can't take it, so she started crying and went to the bathroom again. this is what I have to say to her, okay? This is what the hell I have to say to her. Yeah. Okay. Listen. I understand you lost your daddy, but them ain't daddy tears. Stop crying, child. You cry every episode. So she go to the bathroom. Then she Lisa calls Alexia. She fussing in the bathroom. It's a lady in the bathroom because somebody was under the stall, taking pictures of feet and shit. And so Alexia trying to calm her down. So golly, she was like, she said, I'm a terrible friend. Nobody likes me. And girl, stop. Let me give you this again. Shit. Stop fucking crying, bitch. Meanwhile, Larsa taking selfies. So, she taking selfies at the table, okay? So then Lisa come back from the bathroom after she heard toilet flushes and stuff. So she leaves the bathroom and goes into the restaurant and start talking real loud. And she got Adriana on speakerphone. And so this guy came up there. He was like, "Listen, you got to go outside with that. You are very loud. You got to go outside with that." And she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. And so then she go outside. She sit back with Larsa, and then they make up, and then they hug for now. Okay, for now. But that's it. Give me a thumbs up, like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.